You're listening to Fluent Talk Academy.
Mia, yesterday, I sent a text message to a friend. It was just 3 words. Are you free?
Sounds simple enough.
That's what I thought. But after an hour, there was still no reply. My mind immediately started creating stories. Maybe they're upset with me. Maybe I said something wrong. Maybe they don't want to talk anymore.
Let me guess. A few hours later, your friend finally replied.
Exactly. The message said, "Sorry, my phone was on silent."
Isn't it funny? We can spend hours worrying about something, only to discover there was never a problem in the first place.
Exactly. And that's what we're talking about today. Overthinking. Sometimes the biggest problem isn't the situation. It's the story our mind creates about it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Fluent Talk Academy. I'm Mia.
And I'm Alex.
You know what's interesting? I think almost everyone has experienced something like that.
I agree. The situation itself wasn't stressful. My thoughts made it stressful.
Exactly. Sometimes our mind fills in the blanks before we even know the truth.
And the strange part is, those stories feel completely real, even when there's no evidence.
That's what overthinking does. It quietly turns small questions into big worries.
You know, when I was younger, I thought overthinking meant I was just being careful. But now I realize there's a big difference between thinking and overthinking.
That's a really important point. Thinking helps us solve problems. Overthinking keeps us stuck in the same problem.
That's exactly how it feels. It's like sitting in a rocking chair. You're moving, but you're not actually going anywhere.
I love that comparison. Busy, but not making any progress.
Right. And the funny thing is, most of the things we worry about never even happen.
That's true. Sometimes we spend hours preparing for problems that only exist in our imagination.
So, here's a question for you, Mia. Why do you think our minds do that?
I think our brain is trying to protect us. It wants to prepare us for every possible situation. But sometimes it forgets the difference between a real danger and an imagined one.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Our brain thinks it's helping us when it's really just making us more anxious.
Exactly. And the good news is, once you understand that, you can start changing the way you respond to those thoughts.
So, when did you first realize you were overthinking?
Probably during college. If a teacher said, "Can I talk to you after class?" I'd spend the next 20 minutes wondering what I had done wrong.
That's so relatable. Meanwhile, the teacher probably just wanted to remind you about an assignment.
Exactly. And every single time, the real reason was much simpler than the story I'd created in my head.
I think that's why overthinking is so exhausting. Nothing is happening around you, but your mind feels like it's running a marathon.
I like that description. A marathon. Without moving an inch.
Do you know what helped me the most?
What?
I stopped asking, what if everything goes wrong? And I started asking, what if everything goes right?
Wow! That's a small change, but it completely changes your perspective.
Exactly. We usually imagine the worst possible ending. Why not give ourselves permission to imagine a good one, too?
That's true. Sometimes we're so busy expecting bad news that we forget good news is possible, too.
Absolutely. And here's another thing I've learned. Not every thought deserves your attention.
I love that. Just because a thought pops into your mind doesn't mean you have to believe it.
Right. Sometimes a thought is just a thought. Nothing more.
You know, when I feel overwhelmed, I like to step outside for a few minutes. No phone, no music, just a short walk.
Does it help?
Every single time, fresh air somehow helps me clear my mind. When I come back, the problem usually feels much smaller.
That's interesting. For me, writing things down works really well.
Really?
Yeah. When worries stay inside my head, they feel huge. But once I write them on paper, they suddenly look much more manageable.
I think that's because you're looking at them instead of carrying them.
Wow. I never thought about it that way. I like that.
And here's something I've been reminding myself lately. You don't have to solve tomorrow's problems today.
That's a powerful sentence. I think a lot of people need to hear that.
We all do. Life becomes much lighter when we focus on today instead of worrying about every possible tomorrow.
You know, Mia, if someone asked you, what's the first step to stop overthinking? What would you say?
I'd say, don't try to stop every thought. Just notice it.
Interesting. Can you explain that?
Sure. Let's say you're thinking, what if tomorrow goes badly? Instead of panicking, just pause and say, okay, I notice I'm worrying right now. That small pause gives you a little space before you react.
So, you're not fighting the thought. You're simply recognizing it.
Exactly. And sometimes that's enough to stop the cycle.
I like that. Here's another thing that helps me. When I catch myself overthinking, I ask, can I do something about this right now?
That's a great question. Because if the answer is yes, take one small step. If the answer is no, there's no benefit in worrying about it all day.
Right. Worrying isn't the same as solving.
Exactly.
What about social media? Do you think it makes overthinking worse sometimes?
Honestly, yes. We compare our lives to other people's highlight reels. Then we start asking, am I doing enough? Am I falling behind?
I felt that too. Sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is put your phone down for a while.
Absolutely. Go for a short walk. Read a few pages of a book. Call someone you trust. Or simply enjoy a few quiet minutes. Those small habits can make a big difference.
You know, one sentence has really helped me over the years.
What's that?
Don't believe every thought you think. Whenever I remember that, I feel calmer.
I love that. Our thoughts are important, but they aren't always facts.
Exactly. And maybe that's something all of us need to remember.
Be kind to yourself. You're allowed to slow down. You're allowed to take a deep breath. And you're allowed to let some thoughts simply pass by instead of carrying them all day.
I couldn't have said it better.
You know, this has been one of my favorite conversations.
Mine too. And if there's one thing I'd like everyone to remember, it's this. You don't have to believe every thought that crosses your mind.
Exactly. Take a deep breath,
focus on what you can control and let the rest go, one step at a time.
Progress is always better than perfection.
Before we wrap up, we'd love to hear from you.
What's one thing that helps you stop overthinking?
Share your answer in the comments. Your idea might help someone else too.
And if you enjoyed today's conversation, please like, share, and subscribe to Fluent Talk Academy.
Thank you so much for your support.
Your support means a lot to us and helps us create more real-life English conversations for you.
Thanks for spending your time with us today.
Take care.